is Carlos Camacho, and the topic of these presentations are common sentence problems. So, the first common problem that we have when writing are sentence fragments, which are incomplete sentences. Here are some examples, like because the weather was bad, whenever they get the chance, while everyone else slept. These are not like they're grammatically correct, like they're written right, but they don't make any sense by themselves. We don't have any clause. So because the weather was bad, look, but it's missing the other part. What was the person trying to do? What was imposed by the weather? What was supposed to happen? We could say like, oh, we couldn't play the soccer game because the weather was bad. Uh, they have to clean the restaurant whenever they get the chance. Uh, some robbers got into the house while everyone else slept. So these sentences don't have any sort of relevance by themselves. That's why they need a clause. And these are very important words that we have to be in the lookout for whenever we're writing. We cannot use these by themselves, like if I get there. It doesn't make any sense. You could say, if I get there, I'll buy you something. But by themselves, these words in a sentence without a clause, they don't make any sense. These are the words that we have to be on the lookout for. Choppy sentences are sentences that are short. Sometimes short sentences can be useful to make an impact in our paragraph, but it can also be perceived as poor style in academic writing. Here are some examples. For example, electric cars are powered solely by batteries. The new hybrid vehicles switch between electricity and gasoline. So we have to discern that these are contrasting ideas. They're talking about two different things, electric cars and hybrid vehicles. So we could say electric cars are powered solely by batteries, whereas the new hybrid vehicles switch between electricity and gasoline. The next example is government and private agencies have spent billions of dollars advertising the dangers of smoking. The number of smokers is still increasing. This is a reason, so the government is doing this because of that. So it would be government and private agencies have spent billions of dollars advertising the dangers of smoking because the number of smokers is still increasing. The next one is similar to the first example too. It's a contrast. So it's talking about students that learn a trade and students that go to college. So the correct way of using this sentence would be some students go to vocational school to learn a trade, whereas students go to college to earn a degree. There are two different things that they're talking about in that sentence. The last common problem in sentences are run-on sentences and comma splices. Run-on sentences are two ideas that are mashed together. They don't have any cohesion or coherence since it doesn't have any punctuation or word that conjuncts the two ideas. So the first example is New York City is very cosmopolitan. People from many cultures and ethnic groups live there. So this would be an example of comma splices. There's a comma uh, dividing the two ideas, but it doesn't make any sense. So we could say New York City is very cosmopolitan because people from many cultures and ethnic groups live there. The next example is learning a new language is like learning to swim. It takes a lot of practice. This is like a reason of why there's a similarity with learning a new language. So you should be learning a new language is like learning to swim, since it takes a lot of practice. The next example is skiing is a dangerous sport. You can easily break your leg or your neck. This could be used like skiing is a dangerous sport because you can easily break your leg or your neck. So it's giving a reason for why it's dangerous. And since there's no punctuation or conjunction word, we have to put it in so it makes sense why the two ideas are together. For example, this is one that I made myself. Today I had to go to work, pick up my child from school, prepare dinner. So these are all three different ideas, and they don't make any sense if you just write them all together or talk about them all together. So you could make it a rundown through of what you're trying to say. Today I had to go to work, then pick up my child from school, and lastly I had to prepare dinner. These are words that you have to take in consideration when making complex sentences, because these are the ones that you will usually use, and they're very essential when you are writing essays or papers. Thank you so much for watching.